channel, and today we're going to be making a football cake for my little brother's 9th birthday. So to start off, we're going to be making the batter. It's going to be a triple chocolate cake batter. So I already have my dry ingredients in the bowl, and we're going to need 2.5 cups of water, 6 eggs, and 1 cup of vegetable oil or coconut oil. So I'm just going to pour all of these wet ingredients into the bowl. Water, and this is going to be cooked at 350 degrees for around 25 minutes. It depends on the oven. Some ovens can run a little high and some can run a little low. It just depends on your oven. And the 6 eggs. And now we're just going to stir this up. And this is the time, if you haven't already, to go like, subscribe, and hit the bell to receive notifications for any of my new videos. I'm just going to mix this up thoroughly because you don't want any clumps in your batter. You can get like flour clumps, and so you just want to make sure it's thoroughly mixed. But you don't want to overmix it, and of course you don't want to undermix it, as I just said. And you need to make sure there's like no flour lumps or anything like that. Just get it all mixed and get to the bottom of the bowl. There could be like some flour hiding down there. You just want to get all of that. So here's my batter. Now I'm just going to put these in the greased pans and bake this at about 350 degrees for about 23 minutes. So now we're just going to make the football part for the cake. So the cake is going to be a normal 3-layer cake, and then there's going to be a football on top. So the football cake is going to be flavored vanilla. I already have my dry ingredients in the bowl, and you are going to need, for the wet ingredients, you're going to need 1 cup of water, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 3 eggs. So we're just going to pour all that into the dry ingredients. And then we're going to put it into the oven at 350 degrees, and then you're going to let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes. It depends on your oven. So you're going to mix it up really, really well, as good as you can. And if you would like, you can just use the egg whites instead of the 3 whole eggs. If you want like a whiter cake, if you want your cake to be really nice and white, you can just use the egg whites if you like. But the icing on this is going to be chocolate, so it's not really going to matter. You're not going to really be able to see that it is a little bit of a more yellowish color. And you just want to make sure that there's no flour clumps, that you get it all mixed in. Okay, so this is my batter. Now we're just going to bake this at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. So now we're just going to make the American buttercream frosting for the bottom part of the cake. So we're going to need 4 sticks of 8 tablespoon sticks of butter, 1/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, and about 1 bag of powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. So to start off, I'm just going to put all the butter in the bowl. And then we're just going to whip that up until it gets like nice and pale and creamy. So now we're just going to add in a little bit of our powdered sugar. I'm just going to lift it. Wait, there's like, if you get it to the back, the attachment, it is easier to put it in. Okay, so I'm just going to put, not much, just a little bit. And it can get really, really messy. So you just want to be aware of that. And so now we're just going to mix this in about like 4 additions, and then you're going to scrape down the sides of the bowl and mix it again until it's all nice and incorporated. So now we're just going to add in the heavy whipping cream. You're going to turn it on low speed and then add in about half of it slowly. And then you're going to let that get mixed in. You can turn it up a little bit to about medium high and let it kind of get whipped. And now you're going to turn it down to a low speed and then pour the rest in slowly. in. Now slowly turn it up to a high speed. You just don't want the heavy whipping cream to splash, because if you turn it up really high, at first it's just going to splash everywhere. Okay. So that's nice and whipped. Now we're just gonna, I'm gonna probably color it green for the grass, and then we are gonna save some and then take it out, and then we're gonna make it chocolate flavored for the brown football, and then we're gonna start decorating. So now we're just gonna stack up the cakes and fill it between each layer. Then we're gonna ice it and kind of take the offset spatula and just kind of do this on top of it, and it's gonna make this cool grass looking texture thing. And so we're gonna do that, and then we'll start on the football. we're just going to make the chocolate buttercream for the football part of the cake. So here we have 2 sticks of 8 tablespoon sticks of butter, 1 cup of cocoa powder, about 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, and 3 cups of confectioner's sugar. So we're just gonna put the butter into your mixer or a large bowl with a hand mixer, and we're just gonna whip that up till it's nice and pale and fluffy. So now we're just gonna add in our confectioner's sugar. You're gonna just add in a little bit, or else it's gonna like go everywhere if you just pour it in really fast. And then you're gonna put it down slowly, because if you just like shut it down, it's just gonna like poof up everywhere. And you want to do this slowly, and because as I already said, it can go up everywhere. And you are going to add this in about 4 to 5 additions, going slowly and then to a medium-high speed after it gets all incorporated. Just whip it up a little bit. So I'm just going to finish adding all this in, and then we're going to add our cocoa and heavy whipping cream. Now we're just going to add in our heavy whipping cream, 1/4 of a cup, so you're going to add in about a half of it. And then mix that slowly, because if you mix it fast, it's just going to splash everywhere. And you can do less or more if you want. If you do less, you can have it a little bit less like whipped. But then you can do more if you want it to be more like whipped, like an actual whipped buttercream. Turn it to a medium-high. Let it run for just a few seconds. And now add in the other half. Get it all in. And now just let this run on a medium-high to high speed for just a few seconds to get it all nice and whipped up and incorporated. So now we're just going to add in just a little bit of the cocoa powder, because cocoa powder really does truly go everywhere. And then turn it on a low speed. And if you want it to be less chocolatey or lighter, like chocolate frosting, you can do less cocoa powder. But then if you want it like more chocolate flavor or a darker color, you can just add in a little bit more of the cocoa powder. Okay, now add in another little bit of it. You're gonna do this in probably about 3 additions. Slowly. Now we're just gonna add in the last bit and then mix it thoroughly on a medium high to high speed for about 1 to 3 minutes. So now we're just gonna start icing the football for the top of the cake. So as you can see, I've already cut it to the football shape. So to do that, you have your whole cake that I made, and then I took about that much and just cut it out, and then I put them together, and as you can see, now it looks like a football. So I'm just gonna, before I'm gonna start icing it, I already put a little bit of icing between these two layers so it will stick together. So now I'm just gonna do, you don't really need a crumb coat for this because it's vanilla cake with chocolate icing. So the chocolate, you won't really, if there is any crumbs, you're not going to really be able to see them under the chocolate icing. So for this, we're going to get as smooth as we can. For the grass cake, we did it nice and textured. This we're going to get as smooth as we can. So it will look like an actual football. So now I'm just going to finish icing the whole entire cake, pop it in the fridge for just a few minutes, and then we're going to go on to the fondant. So now we're just gonna start on like the handle thing, whatever it's called, like the grip handle thing for the football. And then we're gonna also do 2 little things on the end of it. And so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put it on the cake, and then we're gonna almost be done. final step, last but not least, to put the football on the top of the grass cake. So, I'm gonna have to be careful about it, so, and there. I think it looks great. Okay, we're done. So we finished the football cake, and I think it looks amazing with the grass and then the football on top. I love it. And I also have an announcement to make. I got to do an audition for Kids Baking Championship, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. And so yeah, we're done.